In this video, you, dear viewer, will learn why gaming is about to be completely revolutionized in the next decade and why, with all due respect to my favorite games, today's gaming is just a child's play compared to the games of the future. And let me assure you that this is not one of the cliché stories where I talk endlessly about how great graphics-wise future games are gonna be. No, we ladies and gentlemen are talking a much, much bigger picture here. And the first thing I'd like you to think about is AI. You've probably heard enough, maybe too much, praise of NVIDIA's DLSS or DeepMind's AlphaGo and AlphaStar. Sure, they're impressive, but not as transformative as what's about to come. Let me put it this way. What's the biggest problem in modern gaming? Glitches? Weak story? Repetitive mechanics, maybe? Kyle from middle school who keeps kicking your ass in multiplayer? I have no idea who put that in my script. For me, personally, the largest impression breaker, if you could call it that, in games is by far the lack of true freedom of action. There are basically relatively few things you can do in any given game. Take any shooter, for instance. Yes, some of them do offer a relatively large variety of weapons and playstyles, but now, imagine for a second that games are not limited by the developer's intentions. In other words, what if you could make a game do anything you wanted, instead of being confined to a given set of actions that the programmers put into it? Wanna dig a hole in GTA? Well, sure. Wanna make Geralt of Rivia become a nuclear scientist? No problemo. A specialized gaming AI can be generating your game in real time without constraining you in any other way that conventional games do. With such an AI, you can make the game into anything you want by just asking the AI in some way.
Hey, AI! I want my character to turn into an eagle that spits acid and curses in the style of Western movies.
Or let's take a different scenario. Imagine watching John Wick. If you did, you decide to ask the AI to generate a video game where you can play, say, John, or the Russian guy, or even a dog maybe, as short as that game would be. And the AI will generate it in real time, with cinematic graphics and game mechanics for your taste. Anything, basically. Or you can instantly play Tyrion Lannister in the setting of, say, Walking Dead. Basically, anything is possible with such an AI. Yeah, this is all good. But it also begs a question which brings us to our second point. Won't it be too boring to play if you can do anything and be anyone? And our answer is no, of course not. Not really, anyway. Imagine this now. An AI can be generating a story in real time, and it can come up with game mechanics that will be just challenging enough to make you want to play the game. Unlike in conventional games, the storyline will also be completely unconstrained and will be non-linear in that fashion. The AI will be able to generate any number of blockbuster-like story branches and any continuation that will be extremely logical, funny, engaging, or make zero sense at all if you desire so. So, at any point in a game like this, you'll be able to choose any course of action that you can basically think of, and the game will seamlessly adapt itself to it. Point numero 3. All this amazingness will come with a multiplayer. It will be extremely easy for an AI to connect other players to you, since the world is generated in real time anyways. Imagine the freedom it brings. Any number of ways to destroy your real-life opponents. Kyle won't even know what hit him. Any number and type of locations, since they'll also be all AI generated. Any style of graphics. Choose from cartoon, cinematic, Soviet, if that's a thing, whatever. The characters, the dialogues, and the voices will also be generated on the fly. Excited already, huh? But there's also a cherry on top. Any such game will be available in any existing language, since an AI of such complexity will easily handle all existing languages. Or rather, a more feasible approach, of course, would be to build separate specialized AIs for, say, story management languages, graphics, some adult stuff. Viewers of a more skeptical nature may object that such a complex world real-time generation is impossible. The AI can have enough parameters to know how the world works, how objects look, how languages, la la la, and synchronize it all at the same time. To answer that, I am considering several factors. First, the AI accelerators and other related hardware progresses at an exponential rate. It even outpaces the Moore's law, for that matter. The amount of investment money pouring into the field is also steadily increasing, as does the number of AI experts, the publications, courses, and other driving forces, if you want, that are advancing the field so quickly. Check out the most popular videos from 2-minute papers if you need any further convincing. Tell us how long to wait till it's true. Well, right now, only a handful of companies can even afford training something like DLSS or GPT-3. Now to the good news. AIs are already assisting game developers in things like virtual world design, leave the link in the description, and are only gonna be getting better. My general prediction is that human-level AI will come first, in 2027 or so, and in a couple more years after that we will be seeing everything I described here, so make sure to stick around for 10 more years at least. Oh wow, thank you very much for sticking around till the end of the video, I do appreciate it. Please pardon my occasional attempts at self-entertainment, as I do get a little silly. Do consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video, there'll be a lot more content like this in the near future, and I'll see you in the next one.